Hey everyone, my name is Skippy7552, also known as the Parent Disappointer, and this is an any% glitchless speedrun of Zelda Adventure, the adventure map for the mod AdventureCraft. This run is performed by Pucky010, the current world record holder. If you'd like to watch this run without commentary, it has been uploaded to Pucky's personal channel and there's a link for it in the description. So if you're unfamiliar with Zelda Adventure and AdventureCraft, AdventureCraft was a mod made for Minecraft Beta 1.7.3, with its final update being in around 2011. This mod allowed for creators to make story and exploration-based maps complete with music switching, camera controls for cutscenes, and all manner of bells and whistles. The map, Zelda Adventure, was made by Gary520 and is one of the most well-known maps for the mod, and had many manners of Minecraft YouTubers covering it back in its heyday. It faithfully creates a feature-complete Zelda game within Minecraft, including a lot of memorable locations and settings from the series. With all that being covered, let's get into the run. So before the run even starts, we need to talk about an engine quirk specific to AdventureCraft: diagonal running. By pressing a strafe key while also pressing forward, Pucky is able to get the movement speed of both directions. Think of it like he's trying to walk twice at the same time, which is how running was originally invented. It's not as fast as sprinting in the current day of Minecraft, but it allows us to make certain jumps that otherwise would not be possible. Nextly, speedrunners play with the view distance set to tiny, as anything above it can be unpredictable in terms of lag spikes. Also, as this is a glitchless category, the use of the built-in debug mode is not allowed. This mode allows for the use of cheats such as no clip and fly, and access to any item on the black palette, so obviously it is banned. The run starts on first movement, so right away, Pucky starts in a tutorial section and has to run to the right to avoid activating a dialogue trigger with the old man. Right-clicking on the slime ball teleports us into Link's house at the beginning of the game. Pucky then holds back and right to continue moving after the teleport, but is accosted by a cutscene. This can be skipped by quitting out and reloading. Runs are timed RTA, so after too many attempts, these loading screens can take a very long time, so it is recommended to restart your game every 50 tries or so. Back to the run, Pucky reloads and starts holding back and right while he's loading in to get a few more extra inches of movement during the loading screen, and begins to reposition his camera so he can see what he's doing. Before he has a second to think, he gets attacked by another fucking cutscene. We quit out and rejoin, and now our route is going properly. Pucky is diagonally running his way to the first dungeon where there is a map bug. By jumping off the corner of the outside of the dungeon, we can get onto a wall and walk on the border of the map. While we wait to get there, I'd like to remind you that no feeling is final. Please remember that there are brighter days ahead. I know that at times things feel hopeless. I can assure you that those feelings of despair are not permanent and do not define the rest of your life. No matter what happens, there is still a tomorrow. Back to the run, Pucky jumps over a cutscene trigger here that would normally introduce the first dungeon. But Pucky runs right by it to take on the first dungeon. Sorry, I meant he does the aforementioned sick kickflip off the side. And here is the second great beast of this run, the tree routing. There are a few routes through, but Pucky has concocted and timed this route by himself, and by going through the inside and doing some precise parkour, he gets there pretty quickly. It's all fun and games until he gets to this jump here. The other jumps so far aren't very dangerous, but if this jump is missed, it's very difficult to save yourself, and you lose about 6 seconds to repositioning. Pucky is outstanding though, and he does it like he's done it before 1,000 times. After a bit more tree routing, we're finally ready to go back in bounds. Thankfully the end of the game is this close to the start, and Pucky drops down. I'm gonna pause for a second to explain this next trick. Normally we're supposed to have the hook shot at this point, and the game wants us to hook shot across the river, but that is slow and can take like half an hour to collect. But luckily there is a trigger over here that spawns a bomb. The bomb is intended for this cave here, but we can abuse it to do a trick known as bomb jumping. See, bombs function almost the same as TNT in the sense of their knockback. By standing close to a bomb or bomb arrow, you will take a little bit of damage and knockback. The amount of knockback is relative. You can take a tiny bit, or a lot if you get to a sweet spot. Pucky is attempting a sweet spot, as a perfect bomb jump can give us just enough knockback to clear this river, while diagonal running and jumping. But as of now, there is no consistent means of hitting sweet spots, you just need to learn the timing and hope you get it right. This trick is a lot easier in the 100% category due to the amount of bombs you have and using the help menu to prevent damage, but this bomb only spawns once. The end of the run essentially relies on using a one-time lottery ticket. But let's resume and see how Pucky does. Before we unpack that, there's one final trick worth mentioning. The trigger that brings up the congratulation message signifying the end of the run is not a single area. Instead of being a straight line, it bends around the entrance, meaning to hit the trigger as early as possible, Pucky needs to strafe inwards toward the side of the entrance. This saves maybe a few frames, but in a run this optimized, those are important. So let's see that strafe. So if you've made it to the end of this video, thank you so much on behalf of both myself and Pucky. This is a very niche speedrun, but I had a really good time learning the history of. There's a very small inactive community on speedrun.com that you should check out and make active, but if anything, you should try the mod. I have it hosted in the description. Unless I don't, then I don't. I have been Skippy7552, and I hope you have an above average day. That dude has such a deep voice, I don't know why I decided to talk like him. There's a lot of weird stuff I had to learn how to edit, like the audio on the original speedrun. It has music on it, so I had to ADR in my own footsteps and bomb noises, so none of that audio is real. Now I have a bunch of scenic shots from around the map for no reason, so I'll just keep those in a folder somewhere, I guess. But yeah, thank you for your time.